Welcome to our video lesson on percent and financial literacy. We're going to explore taxes in this lesson and discounts, so if something's 50% off, and then if something's already at a discount, and then it goes to the clearance section. What does that mean for the price of the item? Let's start with simple taxes. Here in BC, we have GST and PST, which is tax that you pay on any item. So a pair of boots costs $65. Determine the total cost of if GST is 5% and PST is 7%. Now this is similar to how we did the last lesson, where there's lots of different ways you could do the same problem. The first one is we can figure out how much the PST and the GST would cost separately and then add them to the cost of the boots. So let's do that. So let's find the cost of the GST. Well, GST is equal to 5% of regular price. So that would be 0.05 times our regular price of $65. Now you're going to want to calculate this. And we get that the GST is equal to $3.25. Then we need to do the PST. So PST is equal to 7% of regular price, which is equal to 0.07 times the regular price of $65, and 0.07 times 65 is $4.55. So now, to find the total cost, we have to add them all together. So total cost is equal to the price plus the GST plus the PST. So our price is $65, the GST is $3.25, and the PST is $4.55. So when I add those all together, I get 65 plus 3.25 plus 4.55 equals $72.08. Now you might be tempted to just write 72.8, but remember this is money. So it'll be $72.80. You have to add that decimal there, that zero there. So that's one method you can use to determine the total cost. Another method is to combine our taxes first. Well, if we have 5% plus 7%, that's equal to 12%. So we can do one calculation to figure out what 12% of our total cost is. So we can do total tax is equal to 12% of $65, which is equal to 0.12 times 65. We calculate that, 0.12 times 65, we get $7.80, which looks familiar. Again, it was only 7.8, but I'm going to write 80 cents because it's money. Then we need to find out the total cost. So total cost equals the tax plus the price. So my tax is $7.80 and the price is 65. And I should get the same price, and I will get the same price of $72.80. That's another method to use. It's a little bit faster than the previous method, but either method will work. Now, here's the next way we could look at it. So the regular price of $65 represents 100% of our price, of the cost of the boots. And then we're going to add a 12% cost for the tax. So if you wanted to think of it, when combined, the total cost will be 100 plus our 112, or equal to 112% of our original price. So we could just do one calculation for total cost is equal to 65 I'm going to rewrite it, is equal to 112% of the price. So 112% is 1.12 of this times, and our sales price is $65. So it'll be 1.12 times 65. When we do that, that should give us the same answer as we've gotten before of $72.80. So there's another way you can do it as well. That's it for our first example. Again, we can do this in 3 different ways. The first way is doing it step by step. So first we're going to determine how much the discount is, then the sale price, then the tax, and then finally the total cost. So first we need to figure out our discount, which is 30% off the original price. So the discount is equal to 30% of regular price. So that would be 0.30 times our regular price of $420, and that's going to give us 126. So that means my price is equal to 420 minus the 126, which is equal to $294, which is pretty great. So this price calculation was original minus the discount. All right, then we need to calculate sales tax on our final price. So the tax, we know we only have to pay 5%, so it's 5% of our discounted price of $294. So then it'd be 0.05 times 294, and that is equal to 14.7, which again, because it's money, I'm going to put 14.70, and that is my taxes on it. So then my final price is equal to my price plus my tax. So my price was $294 plus my tax of $14.70. So that's equal to $308.70. So that's the total price of her bike. Let's look at this doing it a different way. So we can use method 2, where we combine the percent to determine the sale price and the total cost. Okay, so the sales price, the discount of 30% means that the sales price will be 100% minus the 30% discount, which is equal to 70%. So that means that our price will actually be 70% of the regular price. So the sale price is equal to 70% of our original price. So it will be 0.7 times the 420. And when I calculate that, I get 294. So that's my sale price. Then I have to look at the tax rate. Tax rate of 5% means that the total cost will be 100% plus 5%, or 105% of the sale price. So our total cost is equal to 105% of the sale price, or 1.05 times 294. And when I do that calculation, I will get $308.70. 0.7, and again add another 0 because it is money, and so her bike will cost $308.70. If you like this method better, you're welcome to use this one. I forgot an E here. If you liked the first one better, you can use that. Or there's a third method we could do where we combine the percents and the percent of a percent. So a 30% discount means that the sale price will be 70% of the regular price. Adding a 5% tax means that the total cost will be 105% of the sale price. So the total cost will be 105% of 70% of the regular price of the bike. Let me write some of this out. So as we did in the past, our cost is going to be 70% of the regular price because that's accounting for my 30% discount. Then plus the tax is going to add 5%. So it will be 105% of the 70% regular price. So we can use our percent of a percent here. Our total cost has to be equal to 105% of the sales price, which is equal to 105% of, and then the sales price we know is 70% of the regular price. So that means it will be 105% of 70% of $420, or 1.05 times 0.7 times 420. And when you do that calculation, you will end up with $308.07. 70 cents, sorry, which we've decided is definitely the cost of Laura's new bike.